Hello. One of the fun things about being in technology, if you don't get frustrated by learning something new every day, is when you do find out something kind of cool that is also new, then you have to do some research to figure out what it is, how it works, because you just see what someone else did. One of the things that happens a lot in the data community is that a data analyst lives in his Excel spreadsheets and does not do much work elsewhere. They bring data in, they build a sophisticated spreadsheet, they put a bunch of bells and whistles in it, and they're very happy with it. They turn it over to you, maybe do some maintenance, or they send it to you and say, hey, use this spreadsheet, it really works great. And you look at it and go, I don't know, have a clue as to what he did inside of it. And this is what happened to my son just today, actually. And he didn't have time to, as I say, go down the rabbit hole to figure something out as he headed out to a meeting. So I told him that I would look at his spreadsheet, figure out how it did what it did, and how to undo it where he needed to have it done, and put it back in where it needs to go. So that was me looking into Excel spreadsheets and using a cell slider, as I called it, in order to set a value and then see what the spreadsheet looks like after you set the value. And again, as I've talked about in my previous videos, you don't want me doing your test data because I find funny ways or silly ways or very simplistic ways to build test data and then try to go from there. And so just to show how this variable slider would work and how to put it into your spreadsheet, I built this very simple sales receipt spreadsheet. And what we have is some items that we put together. We have the price of those items. And of course, you want to do a spreadsheet. Everybody knows how to do that. You hit the summarization button in the home. You do a sum. You highlight your columns. Hit the enter key. So now you have a sum. So now we want to go ahead and find out what the tax is on this. And this is our tax rate. So what we want to do here is type in a formula, which is equal sign. Click on that value times the sales rate or the tax rate divided by 100. And there you got it. So for our 8% tax for a $300 order, it's $25.58. We want to have a total. So we come back up into our sum. Okay, so you can also type in equal sum. You know how that works. Put these two together. And so now we have the total for this sale. So then you come out and say, well, what happens if my tax rate is 9.5%? So I change that to 9, and voila, it all reappears. But what he had in his spreadsheet that he actually had one that he wanted to get rid of because he was reformulating the spreadsheet. He didn't know how it got in there, didn't know how he could get rid of it, etc. And so I did a quick little research, found out that there's a couple of steps to this. So that's the point of this video, is to show you how to set up your Excel spreadsheet so you can have some advanced functions on your cells and to get rid of them and to modify them. Specifically, we're going to talk about the cell slider. So the first thing we need to do is get a different menu or different tab on our sorry, I just drew a complete blank on what we're trying to do this one. On your menu ribbon, you want to put an additional tab. So get into that menu ribbon, we go into File, we go into Options, come down here to customize the ribbon. We click on Developer, and then we click OK. And this brings up another set of widgets that you can use here in the development side. And what we want to insert is what's called a scroll bar form control. So we take that, click on it, pick a place and a size to put it, and there you have it. What we need to do is to customize it, also apply it to this cell, because right now if we do things with it, nothing seems to happen. So we right click on that, and that's a right mouse click on that little widget. We do format control. The current value is 1. Well, let's start it at 6.5. The minimum value is going to be 1%. The maximum viable existence. Put 15%. The incremental change is going to be 0.5. And the page change, not sure what that is, but to, and now we need to link it to a cell, which gets a little bit sophisticated. We click there, it appears to go away, but it's actually up here waiting for you to choose a cell. So we choose this cell here, and we hit the enter key. It puts it in, search it into the menu, and we hit OK. So now suddenly we have, if you saw that change, there's a 6 in there. And if we go, come on, you can do this. There we go. It's a little touchy on the location of it all. But there's our slider. We can do 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like it's not working quite right. So let's go ahead and try the manipulate a little bit more. Format control. Incremental change is 0. Let's go with 0.5. Click on OK here. Let's try it again. Looks like it does not like parts of that. Not very good. So it has some limitations to it. Again, this is building some really funky data, but that's okay. So we see this not working right. Let's go to format control. Turns out the slider is going to be integer wise, so incremental change is 1. Click OK. So now we're going to move up by 4 percentage points. I'm sure we can play some games to get this to do things slightly differently, but you can see how the slider works. So going ahead and wanting to get rid of this, which was really what his point is, and putting it somewhere else, we went to the normal control keys do not work. So you need to right click on it. If you want to get rid of it, we can do a cut. We want to put it somewhere else. For example, put it up here. We can do a paste. Now we have it. You notice it's still changing the same number even though we moved it. But if we wanted to apply a different column, we have to edit it. So that is essentially what he was doing in his spreadsheet. If we want to get that to be parts of things, we can go ahead and do some other fancy manipulations to get a percentage of them. But at least there you can see how you can manipulate the cell slider, insert it, delete it, and change its functionality. Not a perfect example, but it's something to show you that things are out there and there's a bunch of additional developer pieces that you have in here that you can utilize by going to developer tab on your Reddit. Hope this helps, and we will catch you later. Thanks for watching.